Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Holy shit, so 3 Avengers movies. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? So Consummate Wonder just posted up a video about it. I say a couple of days ago. If it's true, then we're getting like a trilogy of the Avengers movies. So we're about to go ahead and jump in and see what's going on, what's the update about it. Cause I don't know what's going on, so I don't have nothing else to say. So go ahead and go subscribe on Constant Wonder, and other than that, let's get it.
So yesterday we talked about how Marvel Studios seemingly is going a very comic accurate route with the MCU. And today we have even more news to back this up. It seems like Avengers Secret Wars in the MCU is going to be really close to the events that happened in Secret Wars in the comics. However, it's not just going to all happen in one movie. This is going to take place in the MCU throughout multiple movies. Then it will all ultimately lead up to the reset or the reboot of the MCU, an ending to one chapter of the MCU and the beginning of another chapter. Now, something to keep in mind is that Marvel Studios' plans have kind of changed, partially at least, not fully, but unfortunately they did have to change some things because of Jonathan Majors. And if you haven't heard, Jonathan Majors, who played Kang the Conqueror, He Who Remains, and all the other variants in the MCU, was found guilty in court, and Marvel Studios has officially fired him. So naturally, some of Marvel Studios' plans have changed. However, the new plans are still pretty dang good, and of course they're all going to lead up to the huge event that is Avengers Secret Wars, which could actually be 3 movies. There is still talks of Avengers Secret Wars, the actual movie, the final Avengers film, being split into 2 different parts. And from what I've read online, most fans agree that if they are going to try to tell this huge, amazing story with all of these different characters coming in from a bunch of different universes, they would be okay with Secret Wars being a part 1 and a part 2 if they needed more time to tell a better and complete story rather than rushing everything into one movie. But as it stands right now, we could be getting an Avengers 5, a Secret Wars Part 1, and a Secret Wars Part 2. With the Part 2, or the final Secret Wars movie, being an actual Battle World movie. So let's dive into these new reports. But if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel and MCU news. Also, if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win a PS5, an Xbox Series X, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. Only 4 days left to enter the giveaway. The winner picks one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. So yesterday, we had this report from credible insider My Time to Shine Hello. She stated on Twitter, Beyonder is still the main villain for Secret Wars. That will be their excuse to recast Kang. Now, we covered this pretty in-depth yesterday, so after this video, if you want to check that out, you can. But after that, the insider Cryptic HD Quality, who, as far as I know, has a 100% track record, replied to this tweet stating, yes, and what I heard is they won't explicitly present him as Beyonder Kang until the aftermath of the 616 collapse, when he will then go on to establish Battleworld. Now, this is different than what we have heard in the past. But of course, I think it all ties together. Now, what we heard in the past was that in Deadpool 3, we were basically going to see the establishment of Battleworld. In Deadpool 3, the TVA was going to go around to different universes and start gathering heroes from these different universes and bring them all into one specific place, establishing that place as Battleworld. And that's when everybody started going, okay, that's pretty close to what happens in the comics. However, instead of the Beyonder, it's the TVA. But what if this is the Beyonder's plan? Have the TVA start to gather all of these heroes and put them into one place. There is one major difference between what the Beyonder does in the comics and what the TVA is going to do in Deadpool 3. In Deadpool 3, they're gathering the heroes of the multiverse to come together and fight Kang the Conqueror. In Battle World, the Beyonder collects the heroes and the villains and has them fight each other, which I believe is going to happen, and that's what I believe Cryptic HD Quality and My Time to Shine Hello and the other insiders are hinting at. A true Battle World story where the Beyonder comes in and says that he is behind everything. And it will essentially kind of be like He Who Remains meeting Loki and Sylvie and telling them, I paved the road for everything you did. I led you here. Because keep in mind, although it's still kind of vague at this point, but it does seem like the Beyonder that we're going to get will be some type of Kang variant. Whether Marvel Studios simply says, hey, this is the Beyonder and he is a Kang variant, or maybe Kang steals the power of the Beyonder. Either way, whatever this Beyonder variant is going to be, he is going to have the power of the Beyonder. So he definitely has the power to manipulate everything going on in not just one, but multiple universes. So the TVA collecting all of the heroes from a bunch of different universes, that could be all according to the Beyonder's plan. And Cryptic HD Quality specifically said that they will explicitly present him as Beyonder Kang. And My Time to Shine Hello states that he is still the main villain, the Beyonder that is, for Secret Wars, and that's their excuse to recast Kang, implying that Kang is the Beyonder. So what we believe is going to happen, according to previous reports now, is that throughout multiple movies, Deadpool 3, Avengers 5, maybe Doctor Strange 3, the multiverse is going to essentially collapse. The Council of Kangs, the three main Kangs, Immortus, Ramatut, and the Scarlet Centurion, are essentially going to win, and they are going to take over the multiverse, and it seems like the Avengers aren't really going to have a way to defeat them. That's when Alex Perez over at the Cosmic Circus says that they are going to bring in another Kang that is much stronger than the others, and that is the Beyonder Kang. And he basically said that the Avengers aren't going to be able to defeat the Council of Kangs, but the Beyonder Kang comes in and defeats them. But the Beyonder Kang, even though he is stronger than the Council of Kangs, has a greater weakness. And we believe we know what that weakness is because in the comics, Doctor Doom comes along and takes the powers of the Beyonder. So we believe that somebody could come along and take the powers of this Kang Beyonder variant. That is if they are trying to go really, really comic accurate, which I believe they're going to do, because if you truly give this Kang Beyonder variant the powers of the Beyonder, he really can't be stopped unless you take his powers. And that's probably where people like Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four are going to come into play in Avengers Secret Wars. And then keep in mind, after this movie, the MCU is going to reset. In the new report, Cryptic HD Quality specifically said they are going to present Beyonder Kang after 616 collapses. So our main universe that we have known and loved since the very first Iron Man film is going to be gone essentially. And after Secret Wars, when we start the next chapter of the MCU, it might exist in another universe that will have some remains of our universe in it. That way it's not a hard reboot, but it most likely won't be the 616 universe anymore. So here is essentially what we are looking at to possibly happen in the MCU moving forward. Everything's going to essentially hit the fan in Deadpool 3. This is where we will truly start to see universes get destroyed. Incursions will start to happen throughout the multiverse, and this is where the TVA will start to gather heroes from a bunch of different universes and bring them into one place with the purpose and the hope of bringing them together to go up against the Council of Kangs. Doctor Strange 3 will most likely go further into this, looking into the incursions, since Doctor Strange has caused some incursions himself. Doctor Strange 3 will most likely explore how to fix incursions. However, I don't think they're going to really come up with a solution. Since the entire multiverse is going to start to fall apart, there's just going to be too many incursions to fix. Then we go into Avengers 5, which was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, but reportedly is just Avengers 5 at this point. Regardless, I still think that the Avengers are going to lose in this film, and that will build right into Secret Wars, either a Secret Wars Part 1 or just a Secret Wars film that is one movie. Now, what could happen here if they're going to do a 3-part movie, Avengers 5 and then Avengers Secret Wars Part 1 and then Part 2, is that in Avengers 5, the Avengers that we know right now, the new Avengers team with Captain America, Spider-Man, She-Hulk, regular Hulk, Wong, Doctor Strange, whoever they decide to be a part of the new Avengers, will fight and lose to one variant of Kang. Just one. They are then going to realize that there are infinite amounts of Kang variants out there. And that's when they really start to come together and talk about the multiverse. And this is where they could start to bring together heroes from a few different universes together. That could lead us into Avengers Secret Wars Part 1, where, based off of the reports that we've heard, I believe they will lose again. In this movie, they might not have a lot of multiversal heroes, maybe only a few of them used, because it's said that the TVA is going to gather a multiversal team, but we know that they're going to collect heroes from many different universes. So maybe at first they decide to use a specific group of heroes. We're talking Wolverine, Deadpool, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. If the new Fantastic Four movie takes place in another universe, they're going to use some of the members of the Fantastic Four on this team as well. And then, of course, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, probably Doctor Strange, maybe a few others. They'll go up against the Council of Kangs, and then they'll lose, but then the Beyonder will come in. He'll defeat the Council, but then he'll announce that he is going to have his battle world, and that's when the next movie comes in, Avengers Secret Wars Part 2, Battle World. That'll be one heck of a cliffhanger, but based off of the reports that we've been hearing, it seems like this is kind of the trajectory that the Avengers films and the other multiversal films in the MCU are going to follow. Now, of course, if Avengers Secret Wars remains one movie, then in that one movie, they will fight the Council of Kangs, lose, but then the Beyonder Kang comes in, defeats them, and then they have to fight Beyonder Kang, and maybe even fight each other if the Beyonder really does establish a true battle world like he does in the comics. But let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Would you like this? Would you not like this? And would you like Avengers Secret Wars to be a two-part movie or just one movie? Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
I think they should do a two-part of the Avengers Secret Wars. Cause like if they do like 3, then what's the like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know what else to say. Cause like you know, to be honest though, I think they should do 2 parts. You know, not like getting like a, you know, like say like a trilogy, the Avengers trilogy. You know, I mean, like, but if they plan on do like a 3 Avengers film, like 3 parts of it, then I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that though. But it's like the whole situation, that's crazy. Like, you know, say like part 2 Battle War, and then part 1 Secret Wars. That's epic. That's pretty epic titles right there. So, hopefully we're gonna like get to see Doctor Doom. I say either, you know, between Secret Wars and Battle War of Avengers film. So, hopefully we get to see him in action. And definitely cannot wait to see, of course, Beyonder. You know, so because he's this like the base on the comics, you know, so which is literally behind all this everything. So but yeah, but well, we'll see what's gonna happen in the future though. So in any case, let me know what you guys, you know, what you guys thoughts about you know, Avengers movies, the Avengers Battle War and Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2. But yeah, man, it's crazy though. But I see you guys next video. Gotta be safe out there. God bless you all. See you guys later.